How's it going, Houston? I'm KHA11 meteorologist Kim Castro. This is your 10-minute stream. We're going to be talking all things heat for this weekend, and then the pattern turning unsettled for next week with more rain chances that are incoming. Of course, we'll have a check at the tropics, and I'll even give you a look at the regional forecast in case you're planning any travel for tomorrow. Right now, 90 degrees at Bush Intercontinental Airport. We are hotter than where we were yesterday, up by 2 degrees. Checking the dew point, which I always do. If it's in the 70s, you know it is a tropical air mass that makes it feel a lot hotter than it actually is. So 90 feels like 96 right now at Bush Intercontinental Airport. The breeze is fairly mild, 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the southeast. We are tracking a couple storm chances again for this afternoon. I think it peaks right around 3, maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the rain really starts scaling back. So we're not going to have a repeat of what we saw yesterday. That was excessive rainfall right over downtown, right for the commute. So that was a mess out there. In fact, there was even a report of a vehicle underwater along Canal, so downtown, just east of the downtown area. And so luckily, I'm not suspecting anything like that today. I think rainfall will be, for the most part, pretty manageable. All right, here's a look at radar right now. Seeing a couple showers streaming in from Brazoria. These are pockets of rain that are on the heavier side, but really isolated. So just past Liverpool, east of Alvin right now, and starting to fizzle. So there's another little batch of storms that tried to lift up from northern Harris County into Montgomery, but those are dying out. And then Grimes, same thing there. There was a quick little downpour along FM 149 rather, and that's also started to collapse. No lightning that I'm tracking for now, which is great. So we put it at 30% for today's storm chance. The high temperature makes it up to 95 degrees. Tomorrow, we're going to drop the rain chance, but hike up temperatures. So 98 now your high temperature for your Friday. Same thing for your Saturday. Today is the anniversary of Tropical Storm Allison. So let's look at where it passed. So it breached southeast Houston from Brazoria, passed through Harris County, moved up towards Montgomery, San Jacinto, looped back around towards Huntsville, Bryan College Station. So just on the western side of Grimes County, came down through Waller, passed through Fort Bend, and back out where it entered through Brazoria. It went through the Gulf and re-emerged in the Louisiana side at this point. So this is a long event from the 5th through the 8th. That prolonged stretch brought parts of the area 40 inches of rainfall. For context, Harvey brought about 50. So both of these were significant rainmakers, huge flooding events here in Houston that led to 23 fatalities, $9 billion in damages, and a lot of work from the Harris County Flood Control District. From Allison, from Harvey, they got this bond passed for $5.5 billion to expand the bayou system and find other ways to manage runoff from floodwaters. It only takes one, and we know that we're prone. In fact, remember last year we got barrels, so we do have to monitor the tropics each and every day now that we are in hurricane season from now all the way through November 30th. And NOAA is expecting an above average season. Luckily for now, through the next 7 days, there is no activity expected in the Atlantic, and this early on, we get the help from Saharan dust. So we're seeing a big plume of that dust coming off the west coast of Africa, traveling through the MDR. This is called the main development region. This is typically where we get that twisting, spin-up seedling of a tropical system developing, but it needs moist air. And if there's that Saharan dry, dusty air aloft, it suppresses activity. Now that's being transported all the way through the Atlantic, even into the Gulf, sitting over Florida right now. And by tomorrow evening, I think some of that haze is going to be on top of us. So you might notice that the skyline is a little bit whiter, more milky, and that's the reason for it. Now, so far we haven't seen any activity. The first name on the list is Andrea, then we go to Barry, then Chantal, then Dexter. So that's a little refresh as to the names that we are tracking for the 2025 season. Right now the Gulf looks nice and calm. Here's a shot at Galveston, Pleasure Pier. Beautiful Thursday though, be it really hot. 86 feels like 100 degrees, and the water, by the way, is at around 87 degrees, so it is bath water there. Here's another shot at the Gulf Freeway, looking back towards downtown. We're seeing some cloud cover developing, some more cloud cover at Hobby. Our Galleria shot is down, but it's the same thing. We're just seeing some clouds building in, and eventually those are going to give us a couple of scattered storms. So this is the vantage point just west of Fresno, looking towards Beltway 8. You can usually see downtown, but there's just a lot of moisture in the air right now. So it is creating a little bit of a haze, not the clearest picture that we have right now. 90 degrees at Bush currently. You get to enjoy the sunshine today until 8:20. So that's one of the perks about the summer days. By the way, June 1st is the start of meteorological summer. The official astronomical summer is June 21st or 22nd this year. I'll have to double check that. Upper 80s to low 90s right now for actual air temperatures. And the heat index already in the triple digits for Sugar Land. So 90 feels like 101. The Conroe sensor is down, but I'll be willing to bet that it's the same thing. Upper 80s that feel like at least the mid and upper 90s. So we saw those couple popcorn showers that were in Brazoria, that were in Grimes County. I think we get a better chance of seeing shower activity in the Loop and the Beltway by 3 and 4 o'clock. So that's your quick downpour by 5. As you're commuting home, you might still see some slick roads, but I think the intensity starts to back off. And then by 7, as you're having dinner plans or anything else that you had penciled in for your Thursday, I don't think you'll even need to worry about carrying an umbrella anymore because radar will be quiet, which is a nice change from yesterday. It was raining for hours, and I actually had to commute from the Galleria towards downtown, and it took me about an hour and a half. So it was really slow going. The showers certainly impact our travel rate. High pressure is the main feature that we're going to be talking about. So today through the weekend, it starts to build in, and that means there is more weight on top of us. And like a pressure cooker, the more weight that we have, the more compressional heating we see. So that's why temperatures are going to climb from 95 today, again, upper 90s Saturday. And then Sunday, I think we get closer towards 100 degrees. This is well above average for this time of year, which should be right around 91. We're going to get closer to that Monday and actually fall a few degrees below that for Tuesday and Wednesday as the pattern turns a bit more unsettled and we track more rain chances. But Sunday's 99 could be a record. If we get there, we tie it with that record set back in 1980. If we get to 100, we beat it. Regardless, it's going to feel like 106. So semantics here. It's really, really hot. High pressure is going to get scooted out of the way momentarily by this front. So we do have some changes next week. Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday, this front is going to squeeze out some storms, trying to clear the area by the middle of the week. We'll see. Right now, the rainfall outlook through the 15th, which takes us into next Sunday, does show us we're tracking above average rainfall. Some rain in the northeast for tomorrow too. You'll notice Philly and New York are going to be seeing a mixture of sun and clouds. You could catch a stray shower. Most of the activity though is going to push towards Boston. If you're spending your Friday or this weekend in Syracuse or Pittsburgh, on and off lighter showers expected. For the most part, things should be pretty favorable for you. In Florida, a couple of storms in the Panhandle, so Tallahassee towards Jacksonville, but the peninsula all the way down to Miami looks really good. The Lone Star State this weekend is dry, no rainfall here, plenty of heat. El Paso already at 100 degrees by tomorrow. Cooler if you take it to the Great Lakes. A nice day in Chicago, 74 degrees. Boy, that might be a place that I'd want to hop over to. Bismarck makes it to 76. The West Coast looking at quite a bit of heat, especially if you're in Arizona. 103 for Phoenix, cooler in Flagstaff, 80 for San Francisco and the Pacific Northwest, anywhere between the upper 70s to the upper 80s, a little bit hotter though in Midford, which by the way was where I got my first TV job. 7-day forecast looks like this. Isolated storms at 30% today. Hazy sunshine as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Remember, Sunday could be a record-setting day. And then as we introduce some more storms next week, temperatures come tumbling down. We go from the upper 90s to the upper 80s. So at least the rain brings some relief from the heat. Have a wonderful Thursday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another 10-minute stream.